It's obviously a huge impact on all of us, and a huge impact in athletics, as well as that having the season cut short early March a year ago, everything shutting down, and yeah, from a recruiting standpoint, shut down a lot of recruiting events that we would normally get to. A lot more video exchange, a lot more time on the phone, cross-checking different guys and things like that. With last year being shut down and retaining our seniors, from a year ago, outside of a couple guys, we didn't have a whole lot of needs to go and get. So in terms of experience and things like that. So we kind of restructured our focus to go after some young guys to, continue after, these guys graduate. So it's interesting. I know all sports were affected differently, with the years coming back to college players and then that not happening with the high school players. There's an abundance of players out there, and I feel for a lot of them, as I think every college baseball roster in the country is as large as it's ever been. And so, through that, it's guys got to rise through competition every day, and so I think the level of play is going to be higher this year. I think a big part of it is the fact that if you were here as a freshman a year ago, you were 1 year closer to being the guy, being an everyday guy. Now with everybody retaining, not being charged a year last year, I thought it was important because I really like, our 2019 class. I really like our 2020 class. So I think it's important for those guys to play. So we started the development team. Are some different rules that have come down with eligibility, which I think will benefit those guys as well. And kids came here to play. So let's play. Coach Kassner's back again for his second year, I believe, after he finished up his playing career here. So excited to have him back. This fall, we added Coach Garcia, who was most recently an assistant at Laredo Community College. Spends a lot of time with our hitters and corner infielders. Great to have him on staff. He's got great recruiting ties, as well as knowledge of the game. Most recently, we added Coach Luevanos, who was with us, or was with OLLU prior, and I believe it was 17, kind of helped us out a little bit in 18 before he took the volunteer job at UIW and then followed Coach Hallmark to UTSA. So Coach Lou is now running our pitching staff, has been really good with those guys. I think that obviously just getting started here after the first of the year, he's done a great job of getting those guys on board and getting them to start building those relationships and that trust factor. So I think it's going to work out great. He's got a great knowledge of the game, of all aspects, not only the pitching standpoint, but also has great recruiting ties as he's a Corpus Christi native, played junior college ball in Oklahoma and finished his career out at Lamar. And obviously with his time with Coach Hallmark, built some great relationships. So we're excited to tap into those for the future as well. This Friday, I can't believe it's actually here. Been a long time coming since last March. And so, I got USAO coming to town. I think they're preseason number 2. Might have 2 or 3 preseason All-Americans. They're a really good club. Coach Ross does an outstanding job of getting really good players to come in. So we're excited about the challenge. It's a challenge, no doubt, but our guys are hungry. I think every baseball player kind of looks at baseball a little differently now, with it being taken away a year ago. So I'm excited to go play some baseball. Our guys are too. I know Coach Ross is excited to get down here. So it's going to be a good challenge for us, test us where we're at. I'm just looking for good competitive baseball on our end. Our goal is being a championship ball club at the end of the year. So it's a step in the process. And then the weekend after that, we got Central Methodist coming down. I think they're preseason 10. And I think they've got a little bit of revenge on their mind as they didn't like coming down here and losing 3 out of 4 a year ago. So they'll be primed and ready to go as well. Coach Breland does a good job with his club. And so, right out of the chute, it's going to be some good tests. Should be some good baseball, some good hard-nosed baseball. So I'm excited and looking forward to it. Yeah, fortunately, we're in San Antonio where the weather is, knock on wood, usually pretty nice this time of year. So yeah, we've got, along with USAO and Central Methodist, I think we've got Tabor coming down out of Kansas, and then Midland and Southwest Assemblies of God coming to town, and then MACU out of Oklahoma City. So a really nice homestand for us to start the year. Obviously, it's good to play at home, and helps us out, on the budget wise, and so it'll be good. We should, and we enjoy it. Hopefully soon things continue to get better and we can start having fans out to the ballpark again. But yeah, it's exciting, and we've got good teams coming down, so it should be good baseball every weekend. Yeah, we brought in a pretty good sized freshman class. I'm a firm believer in if things line up and they fit our program and we get the information that we like to hear on guys, I'm really like to give kids opportunities, and so as long as they do the right things on and off the field and hold themselves how we want themselves to represent our program and this university, we give some opportunities. I like our freshman class. We got a couple really good kids out of Laredo, and Devin Benavidez and TJ Rogelio. Really like middle infielder Jared Smith out of Houston. Got a couple catchers out of the Valley, PSJA and Sherryland, and Pablo Trevino and Angel Nunez. Angel, played in the Final Four in Round Rock, his senior year as well. So all these guys come from really good programs as well. And so I like our class. They're going to continue, to progress as young guys, and so as we graduate, we're a very junior heavy ball club. I think, would be senior heavy, but now we're junior heavy again. And so as our players make their decisions on whether they want to graduate or pursue a master's, or we had one player that got a job offer and decided to hang up the cleats, and but at the end of the day, that's what we're here for. We're about getting kids that degree, getting them in line to start a great career, and so I totally respect that decision on that stuff. So did bring a couple transfers in that we're excited about too. Ram Maldonado, left-handed pitcher, has been really good for us. Josh Colunga, an outfielder, and so we're excited to have those guys as well. The preseason ranks came out with Red River as LSUS #1, and I think we got a #2 slot in there with Texarkana 3, LSUA 4, and Jarvis Christian 5. So we're excited about where we got ranked in the preseason, but as I tell our guys, it really doesn't mean anything. It's all it's nice, it's good, it is what it is. Now we got to go prove it. Along with those, we did have 3 teams out of the Red River drop out with Wiley College, Houston Tillotson, and Texas College. Unfortunately, it is what it is. COVID has its impacts everywhere differently. So with that altering of the schedule, pushed our conference season back a couple weekends, which then allowed us to, freed up some weekends where we get some of those teams that want to come down here and play us as well. So, I know everybody's, LSUS was primed, ready to go. I think they were preseason 6. We received some votes in there, and Texarkana's pretty close. They were off to a really good start last year. So definitely excited to play them. And you can't sleep on Alexandria. They're going to be tough, and we got to go up there and play them at their place this year. So that'll be my first time going to Alexandria. So we're excited just to get to play. And we're going to give a great effort every day, and hopefully at the end of the day, we're in a good position. Yeah, I think the one thing we've done a really good job here in the last few years is creating versatility. Rob Lopez. You can see him behind the plate most of the time. He might slide over to first base every now and then. As Jacob Mitchell, might see him on the mound a couple times this year. Jose, who's been in the outfield, will also pitch for us. He could see some time at first base along with the 3 outfield spots. Alec Martinez, who has played short and third for us and pitched a lot, he'll continue to do those same things. And so one thing that we've tried to do every fall is move guys around, because there's going to be a situation in a game where, to maximize, offensive production or defensive skill set, we've got to move guys around. And so we've just put an emphasis on creating ball players. We're all of this group now has been here for my 4 years here, so they know the system, they understand the expectations, they know how we want to play. So that's been really good. From we're not having to spend too much at practice, teaching bunt coverages of first and thirds. These guys know it like the back of their hand, so now we can jump on to more advanced things and worry about that. But I'm really excited. We got Matt Clark, who had very limited time last year, but 2 years ago was really good as a freshman. Jacob Montano has stepped up and been really good for us. Matt Mahalov's back. I think he's been here the longest tenured Saint athlete, but he brings a lot of maturity to the plate, and we really plays a really solid defense. So along with Jose and Alex, how I mentioned, we have Alex's little brother, Christian Martinez, who's a really tremendous athlete as well. So we're excited to have him, and Tyler Vivier, who's a freshman a year ago. Those guys have matured really well. So excited to see these guys on the field. As of right now, unfortunately, all of our entire athletic department's under a no fan policy. With that being said, our sports information department does a great job of making sure, to the best of our abilities, that each event will be live streamed in some capacity, whether that's through YouTube or Facebook Live, or if we've got to get a third one, I'm sure we'll figure it out, just so that parents and supporters are able to watch us play. Obviously, things are different in every part of the country, and unfortunately, San Antonio, kind of continues to hover in a relatively dangerous spot in relation to COVID-19. So hopefully those numbers continue to go down, and all of us can get a handle on this as we want to return to life as we knew it, pre-COVID. So it's definitely a policy that's going to, is being reevaluated every couple weeks as we gather data, as our administration and our COVID team on campus directs us. And so, we hope to. If not, we appreciate all the support. Like I said, hopefully we can get every game, live streamed to the best of our abilities. And we miss seeing the fans at the park, and hopefully we can come back and get after it.